All right, what is up, guys? It is your boy True Exodus 7 here, and I'm sitting here in my living room. I'm sitting here in my living room right now, and I'm watching the election live. And I know we talked about it yesterday on stream, so I figured we would go live and just do, react to it live. So Biden is currently at 192, Trump's at 114 electoral college votes. That's crazy. That's a big gap. That's a really big gap. Also, if you're hearing like clicks and stuff, it's because I'm actually on the wife's laptop. Grandma, I am live on the YouTubes, and I'm reacting and watching the election with everybody. So if you have anything to say about it at any point, just go ahead and say it. But yeah, so it's 192. What is it? 192 Biden to 114 Trump. This is nuts. This is not the way I foresaw this election going so far. I'm going to be very honest. With all of you. I thought that the gap would be closer. Not that I didn't think Biden was going to be ahead at any point. I just thought the gap would be closer. We're going to see what happens.
I'm just going to take these away, right? Because we're in such an early state in all of them, we just take these away. And so if nothing.
Also, sorry, the color's kind of drained out. I don't know why the webcam's doing that. I guess it's probably just.
North Carolina, same deal. We haven't called it yet. The president's ahead. The president holds Ohio. Iowa.
That's a little better, I guess.
I just want to take a peek. Iowa is still blue. I just want to go over and take a look at it here. 59%. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. That would be interesting if that one switched. But at the moment, we'll just leave it here until we know otherwise. We'll leave it here. So here's where you get. Again, we have the congressional here and the congressional here that could change the map a little bit. But if you take these off the board.
So right now, what they're doing is they're comparing the current running election map to the 2016 election map, which they've been doing all night. They do this every single time there's an election, so I'm not surprised. But man, so I'm pretty sure they said it was Pennsylvania that had like 1 million mail-in ballots. So this is gonna be interesting, dude. This is gonna be very interesting. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast earlier, and one of the guests on there were saying it's really going to come down to Pennsylvania, which is nail-biting. This is nail-biting to watch live. I've been watching since about 4 o'clock. The next polls close in 40 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be live I'm pretty sure I'm going to be live the rest of the election. I'm willing to lose sleep because I want to know who the fuck the next president of the United States is going to be. This is nerve-wracking. This is nerve-wracking.
You see the map starting to go up there, but still 33%. And you see 209,000. So you've got at least 300,000 plus. If it's a higher turnout election, maybe 400,000 more votes to win. So we're going to have to watch as this one plays out here. And again, you come into the counties around it.
It's crazy. If you are watching this live and you voted and you want to put in the comments who you voted for or who you're pulling for, if you weren't old enough to vote, feel free. Keep it civil, please. And if you're watching this like the next day, which I don't know why you would watch this the next day, but if you are for any reason watching this like tomorrow or the next day or whatever, put down in the comments whether the person you voted for won or not, or if you're happy with the outcome. Keep it civil. Keep it civil. I was playing Among Us earlier tonight, so I moved my mouse from my PC in here. It's playing on the laptop. It's crazy though, man.
Focus. You can look at that, or you can look up here. Again, Joe Biden has 98,000 votes in Allegheny County right now. Hillary Clinton carried it 4 years ago with 367,000 votes. This is a higher turnout election. The winner of this county is going to be north of that number, right? Most likely north of that number, at least equal to that number, and we're not even close. And so we just have to be patient and wait it out. That's Pennsylvania. Let's pull it back, come back in. We'll move over to Michigan. We'll just do the same experiment, right? If you look at Macomb County, let's start in a place where the president is leading right now. That would be impressive. If the president can keep that lead in Macomb County, he'd be in pretty good shape in Michigan.
It's going to come down to Arizona, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. I don't know. It's 114 to 192, though. It's crazy. And please understand, as I said yesterday in my thoughts and opinion on this year's election, I am not voting. I did not vote for either of these two guys. So when I'm saying it's crazy, it's not that it's crazy that Biden's winning. It's crazy that it's like this big of a gap. Like, I figured it would be really close. I didn't figure Biden would be destroying Trump right now. But there's still a lot of votes to be counted. There's still polls open. There's still a lot going on right now. So it doesn't seem close right now, but I'm sure it'll come down to the wire. I'm pretty sure. I can only imagine how crazy Trump's going to go if he gets like 268, you know? I bet it's going to be a shit show if that's what happens. So I'll take it to the Supreme Court, and I imagine it'd be nuts.
Is not winning. You have an opportunity to win states, you have to execute. I think one of the things we're seeing so far, and you have to tip your hat to the president worked hard in the final days of the campaign. The president staged rallies all around the country, and it seems that his rallies actually generated a high election day turnout, which is what they absolutely needed. Is it high enough? We're not there yet. But you do know that some of these states have moved in the president's direction. Again, we're up to 94% in Florida. Can you overcome 381,000 votes when you're this far up? Unlikely, not impossible. We're waiting to see it again because of the differences of this year and the different mix of votes.
This is going to be close, man.
Hard, so are all these election officials. Florida, they were quick, right? The early count was very quick in Florida. We're going to get to the finish line.
This is going to be really close.
You're at 95%, right? In a place that's voting Democratic. So if you're Joe Biden, where can you get more votes? Again, the disappointment in the Democratic Party tonight is right here. Not only at the presidential level, but at the House level as well. Some pain in Miami-Dade County. It looks like we're not at the finish line yet, but you see 53% right there. You see 63% right
Biden's up 192 to 114 right now, babe.
I'm sitting here on my phone in there. I was laying down because I got warm. It's like I was sweating real bad, so I wanted to lay in front of the fan.
We have some projections to make, Wolf, and
they had 1 million mail-in ballots for
oh my
God.
Will go on to be the very their first term in the Senate there, beating Doug Jones, a Democrat.
There we go.
I'm sorry for tripping,
But anyway, they had, what's up, Jake? What's up? But they had like 1 million mail-in ballots that are not accounted for from like Pennsylvania that still have to be counted.
Yeah.
So
You mind scooching a little so I can be in? I just want to
I
join you.
don't have very much more room to go here.
I know.
50% in order to win outright. That has not happened. So Democrat Raphael Warnock
192 to 114 currently, folks. Remember to like the video, by the way. Remember to like the stream. Definitely helps.
Huh?
What?
What is grandma like?
No, I said remember to like the video. Because I'm live. You don't have to be quiet just because I'm live. Like, I'm doing this live to react to the election. Like, so. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. You see how the camera's like color washed real bad?
Yeah, I was wondering why. For a minute, I was like, why do we look so sickly and
Yeah,
pale?
like it looks
Yeah.
really fucking weird. I think it's the lighting in here.
My teeth look good though. They look nice and white.
So do mine.
Look, let's just do like the uncomfortable smile, and you're just like,
Three Democrats are
Be mad at oh, dude, it sucks.
in the
Oh, hang
beeswax,
on.
Jake.
Hang on. All right, so currently in the U.S. Senate, the seats are tied: 42 Dem, 42 Republicans, with 16 seats remaining.
He needs
This
to
is
have 270.
this is nuts. What?
He needs to have 270. They need to have 270 to win.
No, that's the seats for the Senate.
Right, but it's saying needing 270
Yeah,
to win.
270 electoral college votes to win. Yeah, dude, Kirk, I know. I think it's the lighting in my living room, man. Like, because when I turn this off, it's even worse. Like, see, it's even worse without that light on. See what I mean? So
I hate how it broke out right there. It hurts really bad.
okay, hang on. So Trump's ahead in Michigan right now. And that counts for 16 electoral votes. Dude, I'm telling you, this is close. This is gonna be close. Half hour until the new or till the next polls close down. She was talking about for your hair, Jake. There's this stuff called beeswax. It's really good for what? Burt's Bees, apparently. It's really good for dreads. When I had dreads way back in the day, fucking I used it's like I think it's called Hair Goop or something like that. I bought it at Sally's or whatever. It's like $8. It moisturized my dreads without like untwisting them. It was good.
They are expecting between 53 and 55% of voters to turn out in this election. That doesn't sound like a very high turnout, but when you consider that Donald Trump won Michigan by 10,704 votes back in 2016, that could be a critical difference.
Man, right now in Michigan, it's 54.6 Trump, 43.6 Biden. 1,096,440 for Biden, 1,371,198 for Trump. It's crazy. Hope everybody's having themselves a good day, though, man. Yeah, Kirk, it's not looking good. I did a video on that yesterday here on the channel. It's just crazy to me that, like, I knew, like, I've been saying this the whole stream, but I'm going to keep saying it so nobody can twist and spin my words. It is crazy to me that right now it is 192 Biden and 114 Trump. It is mind-blowing that there's this big of a gap, because you would, or at least I thought it would be way closer than this so far. But as I keep saying, there's a lot more states and a lot of votes to still account for, and there's still polls open. So just because Biden's at 192 and Trump's at 114, within the next, half hour, we could know who the president is. They could be tied. I know Trump. If Trump loses, he's going to ask for a recount, So, I mean, this is going to be a very late night, endeavor here. I got work in the morning, but I'm staying up. This is nuts. This is one of the most exciting elections I've ever been alive for.
Essentially, we need to stay patient. You also need to be prepared for these vote totals to kind of come through overnight in fits and starts, right? They've been reporting day of totals, then they've been going through, opening more ballots, removing those from the envelope, putting into the scanner, and then uploading bunches at a time. So just as you pointed out, this is
starting to use this locking gel called Dragonline. There you go. There, I've never heard of it, but I imagine it's good. Imagine it's expensive. I wrote in Dwayne Johnson. Dude, that's great. That's great. I voted for Joe Jorgensen. Well, it's still pretty early. That's what I was just telling the stream, Grandma. There's 1 million mail-in ballots right now in Pennsylvania. 1 million unaccounted for mail-in ballots that have not been accounted for. So it's very, yeah, the guy on TVJ, it's very early. I just did not think Biden would have this big of a lead off the jump. You know, I figured it'd be really close, like nail biting close. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked. No, I would not. Or no, I am not, Kirk. I would not expect anything less. Yeah, he needs 78, but it could be that Trump wins some big states and surpasses him, you know. So or Joe Biden's going to blow Trump out of the water. That's the thing. We don't know yet. It's still early. What is up, Ryan? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you swinging by, man. Much love to you. I don't know if you're watching the election. That's what I'm doing right now. I'd show the TV, but I'm sure YouTube would copyright that, so I'm not going to show the telly. So I'm not trying to get my channel struck. It's locking Joe for stars, but I hope they don't unravel in the process. They're already locking. I'm getting them retwisted next week. Hell yeah, there you go, Jake. Glad to hear you're doing good, Ryan. Sorry, glad to hear you're doing great. Not really Dutch, or not really watching Dumb and Dumber with Dutch. There you go. Well, Ryan, just to give you an update, currently Joe Biden has 192 electoral votes and Trump has 114. There's a lot of people who were all for Trump and not seems it's a different story. I feel that. I had a lot of people on Facebook earlier flip-flopping, and they didn't really they said they didn't vote for Trump and they wish they did, and then I had other people saying they did vote for Trump but they wish at this point they didn't. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I think the COVID, the way Trump's handled COVID has been a huge factor in a lot of voting. I think that's a huge factor to Americans, like younger Americans. I don't know so much maybe about the older generation, but I think to the younger generation, that was a huge thing, which I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, but I believe in my head that's a big part of the reason the numbers are the way they are right now. But I could be wrong.
We just can't draw any conclusions right now about what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ryan, I agree with you 100%. Either which way we go here, we're fucked, but still exciting to watch, I guess. Beats the hell out of sitting in front of my phone all night. Unless I'm playing Among Us. Among Us is the shit.
Yeah, we're asking for patience, but I also think
but I can't play it on my computer right now because my PC's fucked.
We were getting a lot of mail votes from states like
nah, see, everybody keeps using the word civil war. We're not going to have another civil war. We're going to have a revolutionary type of war. That's the kind of war I would, if we had a war break out within America again, it would be like a revolutionary kind of war, because it's not going to be, North versus South for slavery. And no, it's going to be like people that are sick of the political bullshit, and they're going to rise up. And that's revolutionary war. History repeats itself. That's the kind of war we're going to have, because it's not going to be over a race thing. It's going to be over this politically charged bullshit. If you go to any Black Lives Matter protests, there's tons of white people, Mexicans. It's not a race war at that point. It's going to be a fucking revolutionary war. You can agree to disagree. Yeah. If you don't agree with me, agree to disagree. That's fine. That's my opinion. Just going based off of the Revolutionary War and the actual Civil War and the meanings of both. You got to play with Sarah then, because she plays. Dude, definitely will, man. Did you hear about the Trump supporters? No, Jake, I didn't. Glad you enjoyed my Halloween vlog. Loved it. Dude, I loved yours, man. I loved yours a lot. I'm glad certain parts of it were still in there. And I love that outside when I said fuck, I had the little squeaky noise. That was awesome. Trivia vlog. Oh, dude, I know. I can't wait. Can't fucking wait. Me and Trivia Ryan, we're tight. We're homies. Don't tell him I said that. He might get mad,
They were able to keep those races close and in their we're looking at a map in which a lot of states are red because they're trending red and they need to stay that way. And for President Trump,
So I know you guys can't see what's going on. I'm going to give you a play-by-play. Basically, they're showing a map right now, and a lot of these states that are red are trending red, which means they're being projected as a red state based off the numbers that are coming in currently. And they're going to need, if Trump wants to win, they're going to need to stay red. If not, this is going to be a landslide for Biden. That's basically what that means. Jake, I haven't seen that myself. However, I'm sure there are some extremist idiots that identify as Trump supporters that have said some fuck around shit like that. That doesn't surprise me. This is why I said this election is so scary, because you're going to have your fucking idiot extremists on both sides willing to hunt down and kill people and destroy shit and destroy everything in their path over an election. So it's going to be terrifying no matter who wins. It's going to be fucking terrifying. It's going to be absolutely fucking terrifying. And I do not look forward to it at all.
50% for Trump to 48.7% for Biden. In Iowa right now, 70% of
this is fucking crazy.
Only a 31,000 vote lead for Trump over Biden, 50.3% to 47.8%.
Well, Kirk, a big reason for that is, I think a big reason for that is number one, motor vehicles. I don't think that the country would ever legalize a psychedelic, mainly because people, not all people obviously, but just people in general are fucking stupid. And I think that somebody would be like, oh, fuck it, shrooms is legal. And they would take some shrooms and get behind the wheel of a car. And I've seen this happen with my own two eyes before. Somebody fucked up and driving when they shouldn't have been. So I think that's a big one. I think the other reason, too, is there's not enough research and there's not a big enough movement like there is with marijuana to make enough noise to legalize psychedelics. I don't think that'll ever happen. I'm not saying it can't. I'm saying that I don't think it will, at least not in my lifetime. Yeah, Ryan, I tried a little bit. I did post that I went and voted earlier, and then I just posted the link. Posted some funny stuff, some of the funny memes and videos I was coming across. I posted this kid getting fucking obliterated with by a swing. It's fucking hilarious. But other than that, I've stayed off social media today, man. I haven't been on Twitter at all today. Twitter's going to be a fucking shit show. I bet it already is. Instagram would be fine. I don't follow anything political on Instagram, so Instagram I could go on and be fine. I just been playing Among Us and watching the Joe Rogan show today, pretty much. Went and picked up a few things at the store earlier. Went to my eye doctor appointment. Once we get into the new year, I'm excited to start advertising our channel again. Election season ads are everywhere in my small chat. Yeah, feel that. Yeah, it's been a chill day, man. Work was really slow today, too. Kind of sucked. Like, I like slow days at work sometimes when I'm tired and I didn't get a lot of sleep. Like, I really hope tomorrow is a slow day. I know it won't be, but I hope it is. But, like, on the days where I'm, like, energetic and ready to go and the day's slow, time just fucking creeps by, dude. Drives me nuts.
They still have 48,000 absentee ballots to go through. They had 2 weeks to process these ballots.
Oh, my God.
Slow going there in Georgia.
Oh, my God. 48,000 absentee ballots to still process. I didn't hear what state, though.
In the Democratic areas there of Pennsylvania. I'm talking about Philadelphia. I'm talking about the suburbs of Philadelphia and Allegheny.
Busiest days are typically Fridays, but I don't work Fridays anymore. Thursdays can get really hellish. Mondays are slow. Tuesdays are dead. Wednesdays are pretty dead for the most part. Pretty dead. But we have those days on Wednesdays sometimes where it is just from the moment we open till the moment we close, we're slammed. I don't know why, but that happens sometimes. Honestly, the only time I was on socials was when hell went down there. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, Kirk, that shit's fucked. I almost made a whole group chat. I almost made a whole group chat for that bullshit. If we're talking about the KTS thing, a whole group chat. But I just started tagging people in the video instead because then people have to see what I tagged them in. That shit was fucked. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Don't go anywhere. Remember to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. What's up, Brandon?
What are we looking at, right? So let's come back up first. You look at statewide, 211,141 vote lead. So you come into the highest population center and you say, okay, well, they're missing a lot of ballots. They're not missing, but they haven't counted a lot of ballots here. So you look at Fulton County, 297,000.
Shout out to who I hope one day is a future sponsor, Arizona.
It's supposed to be a more high turnout election, so maybe there's more votes there. That's about 100,000 there.
But yeah, dude, I'm having a blast right now. A blast, let me tell you.
The question you're asking, this is the reason I'm going through this, is it at all possible? When you look at the Donald Trump lead right now.
Would it be at all possible? You just sound like my friend AJ.
Come here again. 81,000 votes. There's a lot of votes to be done here.
I can't stand this dude. I'm gonna show the screen real quick as I can. I can't stand this fucking guy right here. He's been driving me nuts. Like, he's driving me nuts because he's only focused on Florida. Like, dude, Florida is over. Florida's voting is done. Like, go off of, get away from Florida. Like, it's already been decided. Nobody gives a fuck about Florida. We want to see other states. See, and that's the thing I was saying to a buddy of mine the other day. The population vote, the popular vote in 2016, if we went off the popular vote, Hillary Clinton would be president right now. But we don't go off that. See, in Illinois, where I live, like 90% of our state voted red, voted Republican. But because Chicago voted blue, that's what happened. And I've been saying for years, look, I don't hate Chicago. Like, I don't hate Chicago. I've been to Chicago a lot. I like going to Chicago. But I really do believe Chicago needs to just be its own fucking state, because the amount of shit that, like, the rest of Illinois catches because of Chicago is fucked. And don't even get me started on J.B. Schitzker, all right? Don't even get me started on that shit stain. I hate that dude. And no, it's not because he's a fucking Democrat. It's because he's a fucking idiot. Hit that like, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Today has been an interesting one, to say the least. Dude, yes. Yes. It's been fucking crazy. Where is my... Right in front of my face. Yeah, definitely appreciate everybody hanging out right now. Definitely appreciate everybody hitting that like button. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys a lot. This has been interesting.
Very rarely does it happen, but every now and then, those one man you mentioned.
I'll read you guys' comments here in just a second.
All along, have thought that Maine was a state that they were going to win and win quite comfortably. As you can see, we're very early in the count right here. But you see the red up in the northern part of the state. Donald Trump carried this congressional district 4 years ago. Maine and Nebraska do it by congressional district. It is very rare that it comes down to 269, 269.
So right now, Maine is mostly red, but it's being projected that Biden's going to win Maine.
Because Democrats thought they had that one in their back pocket. But
I don't know how many electoral votes Maine is.
At least appear to be on the verge of being surprised. So we'll watch as it plays out. And so, you're going to go across this map, and you're looking at this map. And if you're watching at home, this is important. Throughout the night, Donald Trump had been leading in the popular vote. As we get the West Coast results, Joe Biden.
You know what? Yeah, dude. Right now, Biden's leading the popular vote, too. So he's not just winning in the electoral votes right now. He's winning the popular votes. That's nuts. But, I mean, whenever it was Obama and McCain in 2008, I believe, McCain won the popular vote. Obama didn't, and Obama won. 2016, Trump or Hillary won the popular vote, but Trump won the election from the electoral. So to me, the popular vote doesn't mean shit. But it is. What is this?
see Fairfax County was at 28% moments ago. Now it's up to 86. After you something fixed at home, you just see Pam Brown talk about on television, and then apparently it just happens right away. Pam talks about it and then come to vote. So that's good. It's a good thing. I'll give you Pam's phone number later in the program. If you go through the on a night like this, when people are nervous, when you do have a spooky county, it is important for people. So to give them credit for county votes when they did, when you pulled out that outcome, all of a sudden the state that you're watching all night long, you're wondering why it's that red. We talked about this all night long, and we're going to talk about it apparently through the night tomorrow. When it comes to Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, you need to be patient. It's a very different year. These are good people who count votes.
Isn't that cute?
Why don't you do this more quickly? They're good people, and they're counting the votes. We want this quickly as possible. So now you see that puts Virginia back again. So you come back
No.
and you look at this map where we are right now, right? So now we're at 11:47. This is what normally.
That's adorable.
Are we close to making a call? We are not.
What's up, Yerma? Currently, currently Biden is leading in the popular vote 50% to 48.5%, and also Biden is leading in the electoral votes 192 to 114. The next polls close in 11 minutes 33 seconds. As I was saying, I don't know when you came in the stream because my wife was showing me something on the phone. It was an Among Us video. But as I was saying earlier, Trump in 2016, he lost the popular vote. And in 2008, John McCain won the popular vote, but Obama won the election. So I don't necessarily think the popular vote I don't think that like the popular vote is a good prediction. But right now, Joe Biden is winning both the electoral and the popular. That is what is currently going on. It keeps saying close election may come down to Arizona, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. It's either Minnesota or Michigan. It's MI. I can't remember which one that is. But yeah, dude. So it's close. It's nail biter right now. It doesn't sound close because, like I said, Biden has 192, Trump has 114. But I've seen bigger gaps. And then when it was Trump and Hillary was killing Trump at the start, and then Trump just came back and slaughtered her. So we're gonna see what's up. Dude, Dutch is about to be crawling soon as happening this week for sure. Oh, Ryan, the noise was an Among Us video that I can't show on here because copyright. Ryan was asking what that noise was. And dude, I can't wait to see Dutch crawling. That's gonna be nuts. Dutch is getting ready to start crawling, like he's close to crawling.
Oh goodness. He'll be chasing that kiddo everywhere.
That's big, right? Even in a big state like Pennsylvania. However, let's go west to east this time. 98,000 votes. We've been stuck there.
Yes, he will.
17% of the estimated vote. Allegheny County, that's Pittsburgh, that's the suburbs around it. Remember that.
So Pittsburgh, right now, Pittsburgh is blue.
Hillary Clinton got 367,000 votes in Allegheny County.
This is nuts, man.
We have a lot of votes to count there. Let's just come. I just want to check in some of the counties for the president. That's a county.
Ryan says, "What's up?"
Westmoreland County.
What's up, girl? Hey, girl. How are you?
Ryan said, you know there'll be a video he's going to be chasing after the women. Ha, 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 ha.
He's so bashful because he does this thing like where I'm like,
when we're sitting back, it's not as color washed. I just noticed
like
that.
slowly get into the camera.
That's a big deal. Joe Biden went in these communities.
We just went from like tan to like vampire.
Just keeps doing that, going like this, like.
Oh my God. Philadelphia County right now is 75.4 Biden, 23.6 Trump. This is crazy. Like, I know that you didn't really have an idea of like your projected winner. Like, you didn't really think, oh, this person's going to win. But did you think there would be this big of a gap right now? Or did you think it would be closer? Oh, hang on. All right, Virginia went for Biden, putting Biden at 205. Trump is still at 114. Man, dude, Biden needs 65. There we go. Biden needs 65 votes. Holy shit. Biden might get this. I think Biden's got this. What? What, babe?
You were asking me a question. I was trying to answer it.
Why do you keep hitting me?
I wasn't hitting you. I was tapping you.
For what?
You were talking about. I didn't think. Well, I didn't think that there'd be much of a gap because of like the last debate that they had. Biden was like, "Oh, we should get treatment centers for people who are gonna." Do you remember that? Like when he was like, people who are going to prison or jail should be going if they should be going to drug court if they are on drug charges and stuff.
Yeah, he was talking about like.
I feel like people were really all for that.
Well, we are in an opiate epidemic, so I can see that. See, I think what really has persuaded voting like this is how Trump's handled COVID. What's up, Dak? How you doing, man? Guys, by the way, I'm trying to give you rolling updates of like the important stuff. Like right now, he's just talking about like in Phoenix and like stuff that's already happened. So I'm trying to give you updates of things currently happening. Watching a movie. What you watching, man? What kind of movie you watching? Horror movie, I hope. See, and they keep jumping back to this. Oh, if you go back 4 years ago, like I get why they do that, but they do it every like 30 seconds, man. Like we don't care
why
about
they do
4
this, though,
years
right?
ago.
So they get their news coverage and they get a big paycheck.
Oh, they're getting a fuck ton of money. There's no commercials during this. Like they're getting a fuck ton of money.
The next poll's closed in 6 minutes.
Yep. You know, it's crazy to me right now that like over half the states are red. My grandma just came in here and said Trump just won Texas. Are you sure? Because Biden has 216. I said Biden has 216 right now. Trump's only at 114.
Right now, Trump's got 200 something too.
Biden just hit 230. Oh, wait a minute. No. I see what's going on. The guy's tapping shit to show what's happening. I was like, whoa, like, all right, I guess the election's like over. Like, I see what's happened here. The Peanut Butter Falcon. It's a Shia LaBeouf movie. I haven't seen that one yet.
You're going to get Hawaii. When you go a little deeper into the night, that gets you up to 233. And so then again,
dude, I'm gonna be so tired at work tomorrow because I'm not going to bed until I know who wins.
And even those two,
I'm gonna be tired.
So you're looking at that. You do that there, or the other state, Nevada. We haven't done on the West Coast yet. You get that there. So that's 285. Can you afford to lose that? From that, you can't afford to lose that. So we're gonna walk through the map as we go through this for the rest of the night.
Let's take a quick break. Got a lot more coming up.
They're saying
We need to see what
Biden
happens in
has
Arizona.
223 right now, and Trump
We'll
has
find out.
204.
Election night in America continues in 2 minutes.
All right, so my grandma. What channel are you watching?
48. And
Find me the
Texas
remote.
just, they announced
Yeah, no, Dak, I don't have Hulu, and yeah, Ryan, I am.
winner of Texas, and they have 38
Oh, babe.
electoral votes.
Babe, just give me the
And
remote.
he just won Texas.
Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
One of my favorite supplements
Now
is
they're
Chino
showing
turmeric.
the house.
Turmeric helps with healthy joints and inflammation
See?
support. Unlike
Okay, all right. So upon changing the channel here, folks, right now, Joe Biden is currently sitting at 223. Trump is at 204. That's according to Fox. Now, CNN earlier, Trump was at like 114 or whatever. So we're still waiting to see what happens here.
And I think Trump is going to get Georgia.
There's got to be a better way to set this microphone up. I refuse to believe there's not. Oh, fuck it.
And it looks like tonight in Ohio. He might have already did, and I just missed it.
Watching coverage, and we've got a lot.
This is
happening.
crazy.
A lot of states yet to call. We're still watching, obviously, the Senate races. We're back with our panel. Britt, what's the casino look like?
has, as we mentioned earlier, has retreated a little bit from its view that.
Okay, so Trump has won Ohio, Florida, and Texas. Biden wins Arizona.
60% for Trump now. It's seesaw around. It got all the way up to 78% for Trump in the betting odds, and has retreated. Now it's 57. It's shifting around quite a bit. But remember where we started.
That's shocking to me, actually, because Biden was just in Ohio Monday and had opened a few things up and was doing a lot of campaign work out there, donating money. I figured Ohio would vote for Biden.
I swallowed wrong.
Reunite for FaceTime. It's creepy. Should look. I didn't know that, Ryan.
If Trump gives Pennsylvania, like I think he will, that's 20 more electoral votes for it.
More and more of the raw vote than we ever used to have.
Then he'll be passed.
Trump gets Pennsylvania. That's 20 votes. This is gonna be a fucking nail biter.
There's a lot of pushback.
Yeah, let's take a look at Arizona and just put it up on the screen for everybody.
So Biden won Arizona, right? Yeah.
A lot of sentiment out there that it should not be called yet, that there's more vote coming in. We just heard from Chris Stirewalt, who said that he believes that they stand firm on that call. And I think there's only about 22% of the vote in Arizona at this point. And it shows
74.
It shows, there we go. It shows Joe Biden at 53% and the president at 45%, but there is, by all accounts, quite a bit of vote.
All right, so
Still,
Biden hasn't necessarily won Arizona yet, but he's basically won Arizona is what's going on. There's tons of votes to still be counted for, I guess. This is going to be a long night, folks. I hope you guys are ready because I'm going to be alive for a while. Don't be surprised if at some point I get on my phone and play Among Us.
Gonna get that one too. That'd be 20 more votes.
If he gets it. Right now they're predicting Trump to 100% get Pennsylvania, and that's 20 electoral votes, dude.
You want to stay working next year, you better hope you get it.
Which are all Democratic strongholds.
This is nuts.
One, very much up for grabs. Two,
this is nuts.
Pennsylvania. There seems to be no question about that.
And the Secretary of State there, we should point out, says that Philadelphia workers are counting through the night. They're working on 8-hour shifts, counting around the clock.
It's worth not stopping. It's worth keeping in mind as we follow these lawsuits.
Most of these counters are also volunteers. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. They're working for free to count millions of votes. Pay these people.
Some state legislatures adjusted their rules and regulations to accommodate COVID-19. Some states did not. But the Constitution grants the authority to set election rules to state legislatures, not state courts, not state election boards, but state legislatures. So what these Republicans are worried about is monkey shines of the kind that might be suggested when you hear that votes are being altered to make them.
Let's set up a GoFundMe for the volunteers that counted,
I agree.
so we can pay them.
That'd be a noble GoFundMe. Be hard to get all the names of the volunteers, though.
In a lot of cases, it amounts to an insistence on following the law.
And there's another issue here, which is that every state, and by the Constitution, every state sets its own rules for elections. So, Pennsylvania's rules can be utterly different, and that's completely legal if it is done by state officials. And we've seen that some states count early votes first, some count them last. Sometimes there are variations within counties in the same state.
Chris, it's not just state officials. It's the state legislature that the Constitution confers the authority to set the rules. And if state officials come along later and say, well, geez, you got the pandemic and it's awful, they don't have authority to change that.
But then you have to interpret.
Well, Alaska only gets one electoral vote. I think that's stupid. Alaska's the biggest state in America.
Wouldn't there be something though if that one vote decided which one was going to be president?
I'd shit a brick.
Well, we're gonna count votes that are after the deadline. There's not a lot of interpreting to be done there. It's, votes are late.
It's
They
more
don't count.
complicated than that, because look at Texas, where a couple of Republicans tried to block Harris County, Houston, which put in drive-through voting places. It wasn't the state legislature, it was Harris County
I know.
election officials.
Right.
And the state Supreme Court and a federal court have struck down the Republican efforts to invalidate 127,000 votes. All I'm saying is,
We'll see how
this
that
is
works.
complicated, and we'll see.
Well, it's very complicated. It's a federal office, but there's not a federal standard
That's right.
for every state.
That's right.
They all handle it differently,
Right.
which is why it gets so
And
complicated.
in Harris County, the question was whether or not they had the authority to institute drive-in voting.
Right.
And that was the question that was raised by the GOP, and it was overruled.
A lot of these are hearsay, though, man.
It's not gonna go to the circuit
A
court.
lot, like I'm seeing a lot of like hearsay, like, oh, he won, he hasn't, like,
We should point that out.
because they're just predicting from the current state of the votes. Like, that's not an accurate way to say who wins and who doesn't. It's very inaccurate, actually. And again, I didn't vote for either of these fucking guys. So I don't want either of them as president. So
I've just never been registered to vote. This sounds terrible, but I've never been registered.
apparently, Biden just won Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii, yeah.
That's only 4 votes, but 4 votes nonetheless.
There's been regular pushback from the president, the staff.
Biden won Arizona for 11.
Ballots still to be counted. I'm not privy to the math. I'm not certain how that, even after the explanation.
Did you really, Ryan?
how that
Did you
decision
really?
was made. So I'm
I
sure
believe you, but that's
I don't know
fucking
what
awesome.
it is. I do know that people
Should have been like, hey, you should have been at the premiere. You know, that's what
They
I
should have been.
I agree.
Us, but people are concerned. I do know
You know, it was funny today. I had a guy at work tell me that he automatically assumed I was voting Republican because my hair's red.
The New York Times
Oh
wouldn't
my
have
God.
given Joe Biden a 70% chance this morning.
Guess I should dye it gold.
Some polls were good, a lot were bad. And I know that the impulse always for everyone, me, you, I mean, everybody, is self-justification.
Trump won
Except,
Florida.
I mean, we should be honest about, and I'm not specifically talking about Fox News, but the media more broadly, we should be honest about the times that we were wrong. And some of these polls were wrong. And I think many of them probably were wrong for honest reasons, but wrong nonetheless. And that's a problem. That's misleading, and we should cop to it, I think.
But one of the reasons
Agreed,
that they may be
Ryan,
wrong,
agreed.
Tucker, is
Yeah, I got
that
red hair and blue
West Virginia
gauges and a blue
is
nose
Trump
ring.
vote, right? So you look at
Yeah, it's a
Florida,
purple
look
nose
at
ring.
Ohio, look at Texas,
Okay,
you got
purple. I thought it was blue. I'm
President,
colorblind, to be fair.
winning those
But
areas
I got
by
blue
right
gauges and red hair.
5%.
But I'm automatically voting Republican because I got red hair. Bro, I got blue gauges.
Even the ones that tightened in recent days had them
Trump
razor thin margins in all of those areas. So it raises that question. You know, how much is the Trump vote, right? Right.
He apparently won Ohio, Florida, and Texas.
I think you're absolutely
Isn't
right.
Texas a big number?
Basic question it raises
That's 38.
is,
Texas is
a
38.
free country. If you are afraid
What are the
to
numbers?
express a legitimate political view in public, if you believe you could be fired for it or banished from polite society for it, is it a free society? And the answer, of course, is no, it's not. And that's a betrayal of the basic promise of
Right now, Michigan.
And by the way, if this were happening,
Michigan's still going, and it's 54 to 48.
you don't want to live in a country where you
Hold up.
Did,
How did Biden win Virginia when he had 48% and Trump had 50? That doesn't even make sense. That does not make sense.
Well, what if the percentages is like what we've, like us, the people have voted,
You know, that could be
and then
it.
they're saying that he won those states by electoral.
But every other thing so far has been whoever has the higher
Well,
percentage.
And the other thing too is that on the other channel on CNN, they said that Biden won Ohio, but now they're saying Trump wins Ohio. So what is?
Well, the other channel could have also been like just prediction, whereas this is like happening. I don't know.
I don't like that.
I just heard my neck pop, and it did not feel good at all.
Joe Biden won it by
Economics and culture make the difference. And you're seeing the Republican Party become a party of wage earners in a way that it never has been.
This doesn't make sense.
I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. I want a breadstick. You want a breadstick?
Again, no, I'm good. Again, people, I'm going to stress to you all, I didn't vote for either of these guys. So I don't give a shit who wins between these two, because I hate both of them. But how in the fuck did Biden win that state when he had 48% and Trump had 50%? That doesn't even make sense. I go by numbers. Numbers are factual.
But people are laughing right now.
Maybe.
Not because of this, because I'm eating a breadstick.
I'm gonna go get the boom mic real quick so I can quit holding this thing.
Every industry, because this is a function of human nature, but you cover it for yourself and you think of an excuse, your children do it.
Will you grab my hide?
Where's that?
By the bed.
You screwed up, and you have to acknowledge it in order to get better. But we in the media, I think, are particularly good at pretending that there's some reason that we misled our viewers or our readers. And we really should stop doing that because too much is at stake. And the first way to fix it is by holding the people who screwed up accountable. And that's just by
what?
Them. And they can go to something useful like
don't worry about it, then I'll find it.
Learn to paint or do
I don't know.
But they cannot keep discrediting the work of the rest of us by screwing up in the way that they have. I think
taking over the stream.
That's a fair ask.
I'm eating the breadstick.
I mean, I would just mention with regard to your
who doesn't like breadsticks?
About the shy Trump vote and then the polling on top of it. If pollsters, the freedom of expression, I've seen so many front lawns during the course of this where there's signs for the Republicans who are lower
because I think the vape fairy's coming.
Not a Trump sign, right? So it's like shy Trump voter, down, up and down the street because they are afraid that if they put a Trump sign out, that's
setting up the boom mic so I can quit holding the heavy ass mic.
They're voting for, but it's evidence.
Setting up my boom mic because I'm tired of holding that mic.
They're not going to be able to reach some of these.
It's heavy.
And they should open restaurants. Do you know what I mean? Or learn to fix transmissions, and that's great. Those are honorable jobs.
Tucker, as always, thank you. Congrats on the ratings. Let's go to
Bill. Ooh, I love Vizzolis.
Sure am, guys. How we doing? Let's do a
talking to Ryan about Vizzolis.
Yes, we are.
All right, the audio might freak out for a second. If it does, I apologize.